So I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to give you my top 10 list of my favorite episodes of Charmed from each season. We're going to start with season 1, and they're not going to be in no particular order. These are just my favorite episodes of the season. So let's get into it. So the first episode I'm going to talk about is the pilot episode, Something Wicked This Way Comes. I love this episode because it's the perfect introduction to the sisters. We learn about their personalities, their characteristics, all that good stuff. We learn about other characters who they have histories with, and we get how they feel about being witches. In this episode, we get their first interaction with that being a witch and everything. I really love this episode. It's one of my top 10 in the whole series. So the next episode we have is Dead Man Dating with guest star John Cho. He plays Mark, a ghost. Him and Piper have this little flirt stuff going on that I really like to see, and I also like to see that they're helping him out, and they learn that they can see ghosts and stuff. And Phoebe's little job at the hotel, love it. Especially the thing I really like about this episode is it tells you to appreciate your birthdays, because you never know when you're gonna have a last one. My next favorite episode is The Fourth Sister. We have Danielle Harris guest starring as Ava, a teenage girl who is dabbling into witchcraft, and her mentor is an evil witch who wants to get her to kill the charmed ones, basically, or kill Prue and replace her as a charmed one. I really love this episode, and it would have been nice to see Danielle Harris guest star more on the show, because we could have seen how her character grew a little bit more each episode that she was on, but we didn't get that. The next episode we have is The Truth Is Out There and It Hurts. In this episode, Prue does a spell to see how Andy feels about her being a witch, and she also cast it on her sisters as well, and then they're all learning secrets about each other and people from their jobs and stuff. It's a really good episode, really entertaining, and I love the emotion, but in the end with Prue realizing that she needs to wait a little bit longer before she told Andy. After that, we have the episode From Fear to Eternity, which is the introduction to our favorite villain, at least my favorite villain, Barbas. It's a Friday the 13th episode. Piper is flirting with a guy at the restaurant. Phoebe gets a job at a realtor place, and Prue can't say I love you to her sisters. And the thing I love the most about this episode is that towards the end, Prue finally tells Phoebe that she loves her. The next episode we have is There a Woogie in the House? I really like this episode because it's an introduction to evil Phoebe, and sometimes I like seeing the girls when they're evil and stuff like that. It's really fun. Also, we get a little history on the house itself. The next episode we have is that 70s episode. I love it when shows, including Charmed, do time travel episodes where they go to the past and the future, and this one is the first one we see in the series. We get to see their mother Patty and their grandmother Penny alive, and them as kids. It's a really good episode. One of my favorites. Top 10 for sure. The next episode we have is Power of Two. In this episode, Piper goes on a work vacation trip thing, and she leaves Phoebe and Prue alone, and stuff happens. They get into little fights, bicker a little bit, but they eventually come back together because they're sisters and they love each other, and they have to work together to get rid of this ghost. In the next episode we have is Love Hurts. In this episode, Leo comes to them dying. Piper doesn't know what to do, but she finds a spell in the Book of Shadows to switch their powers, and inadvertently she switches all their powers in the house. So that means she has Leo's powers, Leo has hers, and then Piper and Prue have switched powers as well. And she eventually figures out how to use his powers, and she realizes that deep down she is still in love with Leo. It's a really good episode mixed with emotion, and one of my favorites. The last episode on my list is season 1 finale, Deja Vu All Over Again. It's one of my favorite season finales. It's one of the saddest on the show. We lose the wonderful Andy Trudeau, played by Ted King. He did a wonderful job playing Prue's love interest and best friend and all that stuff. We miss Andy on the show after this. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, follow, share, all that good stuff. And don't forget to tell me your favorite episodes of season 1 in the comments, or stitch this and let me know your favorite episodes of the season. I'll see you guys in the next video for season 2.